Wow, that's a nice buck. Holy, that's a huge buck. Look at the size of this buck. He's 35 yards right there. 35 yards. Come on, come on. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild. Today we're going after the coyote with the 22 Virant. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild. Today we're going after the coyote with the 22 Virant, and the reason we're going to do that is because I had so much fun going after the fox with a 22. I thought since it can take down a fox pretty decent, let's go see what it can do to a coyote. So let's go try and find some coyotes. Alright guys, we just got eyes on a coyote right out there. It's a female, and she's going to be about 160 right about there. We should be able to get a couple of shots off. I would like her to come really close, but I don't know if she's going to, so I think we're just going to plan on trying for a decent 160 yard shot. So let's zero in for 160 and see if we can't get a decent angle on her. I don't see her anymore. She went into that thick grass. We'll slide over a little bit and see if she pops out. Oh, there she is. There she is. Alright, so she's probably 100 right there actually. Let's get a range on her quick. She's 118. So I'd imagine if we stay zeroed in for 109, we should be pretty decent. She stopped right behind that brush. Alright, let's switch out. Pull our 22 back out. We're shaking a little bit too much. She's coming in fast. She's coming in really fast. Like I said, I would like her to come in all the way, but she's just probably not going to. I guess we'll let her come as close as she can. We're probably going to have to take a couple of running shots across this little opening over here. Oh, there she is. There she is. Come on. Let's see what happens. Looked like a solid hit. I'm not sure. 75%. We're zeroed in for 109. I don't know if we're actually hitting her. Let's zero out for 164 yards and see if we can't get on her. Where is she? There she is. Ooh. Wow, we're putting it all over her. She's hit at least once. I don't know if we were shooting high or what was going on. Actually, she should be hit twice. That first shot should have hit her. She was 119 and we were zeroed in for 109. Held it just a touch high, so it should have been about the right amount. Wow, that's a nice buck. Holy, that's a huge buck. Holy, 159 to 213. A 3 very easy. That is a giant whitetail buck. I bet that's a 170 plus. I don't think I've seen a whitetail that big, and well, I don't think I've ever seen one that big yet. I would like to get over here and try and find this coyote though. The only thing we have to get that whitetail with is the crossbow and the 7mm. And actually, come to think of it, do we have any more ammo left in the crossbow? 149 bolts, 420. Yeah, that'll work. So why is it not loaded? Okay, it is loaded. Alright. Well, I would like to get the attention of this buck as much as I want to find this coyote. I think it's more important to try and get this huge whitetail buck. That's a monster. 159 to 213 score estimate and 187 to 220 pounds on that buck. Okay, so that coyote should have been somewhere over here. Alright, so we're going to go after this buck first. Then we're going to go over and go track down that coyote that we hit from before. But since we have a decent wind and this buck is right here, actually bedded down, we should be in a pretty good position to be able to stalk up on it and get within range to take a nice shot. I'm hoping to get within 30 and we could probably take a nice double lung shot and potentially get a gold buck here. So hopefully it works out. Alright, there's our buck. He's 110 yards right there. We have a decent wind, but he can see us. That's the bad part. He's on the edge of that little brush patch right there, and he can see this whole direction. So if we stay tight to this brush, we might have a better chance at not spooking this giant buck. Like I said, I haven't seen one this big yet. I don't think I've ever seen one this big, especially the score estimate of 159 to 200 plus. And a lot of times you get an estimate like that and it could be only a 159 buck. But this buck here makes my 159 that I got, I think it was 2 days ago or whatever, in the crossbow video. Alright, so we're about 87 yards away from him. He still doesn't quite know we're here yet. We're just going to keep creeping and see how close we can get. I kind of want to get to the top of this mound right here, which is about 80 yards away. Once we get there, we should be about 35 to 50 yards away from this buck. Alright, so according to this, he's about 63 yards away. So he is definitely in range. Now, if we could possibly get to that tree right there, we'd be golden. But I don't really know if we're going to even think about trying to risk getting that close. See, he's 60 there. So if we got to this tree, we'll be 30 yards from him. 30 yards is pretty close to a huge buck. But we do have a decent wind. So we'll just keep going slowly, steady. Can't even see him anymore. All I can see is a little bit of the top of his rack. Right in that thick brush right there. Alright, well I think we actually made it. So what we're going to do now, we'll put out a call right here. We'll go prone and we'll get in this brush so we can pop up and have a nice crouch shot. I mean, if we could, I would like to stay prone, but I don't know if we're going to be able to see him because we're in some pretty thick grass here. Hopefully he comes into that call. I think he's still right there. Oh, yeah, he's right there. He's right there. He's 35 yards away. He doesn't quite want to come in yet. But I don't know what's taking him. We got to go prone. We got to get his attention, and we got to get him to come in. I think we're going to stay. We're going to stay zeroed in for 32. So as soon as he actually steps out, we'll be ready for him. We have decent camouflage here. Is this buck not going to come in? He still didn't come in. He's sitting right there. He's 35 yards away, but he doesn't want to come in. We got to get him to come in. We can't really get any closer. I think we're going to use the bleat. See if we can't coax him in. Come on. We got to get him to stand up. Oh, he stood up. He's coming in. He's a giant. Look at the size of this buck. He's 35 yards right there. 35 yards. Come on, come on. 35 yards. We have a little bit of wind pushing to the left side there, but we got to be a little bit patient here. Let him come a little bit closer. Unless he stops right there. If he squares up. Oh my God. We just made a perfect shot and got this giant buck. And something's trying to run into us. I don't know what's going on. But we got to get over here and take a look at this buck. I can't believe we just made a perfect shot on this giant. For sure, gold potential buck. What an absolute monster. I bet it might be 180 plus. I don't really want to jinx it too much or anything, but I would assume this is a 180 plus whitetail here. By far the biggest one that I've ever seen. Let's take some really cool pictures. We made an awesome shot on him too, by the way, as he was kind of walking forward a little bit, hugged tight to that front shoulder. And I just can't believe how big this buck is. I'm shaking right now. All right, we need to take one more picture of him. See if we can get a good angle of him. That's pretty cool right there. We don't have good lighting though. No, not very good lighting. All right, let's go with that. And let's pick him up. Oh my God! A 210 scoring diamond whitetail buck. I can't believe he was that big. It was a 3 very easy. And we just got a lung, liver, stomach hit on a 993 scoring diamond whitetail buck. I can't even, I mean, I knew he was big, but I didn't know he was going to break 200 plus. I was hoping he was going to be 180. My biggest whitetail before this was actually 171. And we just got a diamond whitetail buck. What an absolute giant. I just can't believe it. It happened so fast. We were actually tracking down that coyote that we hit with the 22, and I just barely caught a glimpse of this guy sitting over there, and I knew he was big for sure. At least 180 plus, but not 200 plus. I would have never known he was 200 plus, but I didn't know what a 200 plus looks like because I've never seen one. Well, I have now, and it is a diamond giant 210 scoring whitetail. I can't even believe how big this buck is. Well, I would like to go over and go pick up that coyote as well, but for now, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end of this video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.